Algeria is a large country located in northern Africa. Once these lands belonged to France, but Algeria has long been an independent state. Local beaches are very popular with tourists, especially European ones, and the ancient culture of the peoples inhabiting the territory of modern Algeria attracts even more history buffs. Algeria is the largest state in Africa. See interesting facts about Africa. Algeria was occupied by France for almost a century because of the fly swatter. In 1827, the head of Algeria, during a fierce discussion with the French ambassador about debts, allowed himself to hit the diplomat with a fly swatter. A few years later, Paris avenged this insolence by depriving the state of independence and introducing its troops into its territory. France conducted the first atmospheric nuclear test in Algeria. In 1960, a bomb with a capacity of about 70 kilotons of TNT was exploded there. For comparison, the Americans dropped a bomb on Hiroshima with a charge of 13 to 18 kilotons. In total, France carried out 17 atomic explosions at the Algerian test site. The level of radiation near this territory has been exceeded so far. Despite the fact that Algeria is an Islamic country, women in it have the right to divorce their husbands and independently raise children. The majority of Algerian lawyers and doctors are women, and a third of the parliament consists of the fair sex. Due to the difficult political situation in Algeria, a state of emergency was in effect for 19 years. It was cancelled only at the end of February 2011. Most of the territory of this African country, about 80%, is occupied by the Sahara Desert. Due to the fault of poachers and hunters, there are almost no animals left in Algeria. In Algeria, as in most African countries, couscous is extremely popular. Eating this dish with a fork is considered indecent. Couscous is eaten only with the right hand. In extreme cases, you can use a spoon. There are no dining tables and chairs in Algerian homes. Locals eat sitting on the floor on carpets and pillows. Since 1958, students have been taught Russian at the University of Algiers. Algiers has a unique lake filled with the natural equivalent of ink. Algerians greet each other by kissing their loved ones an even number of times. The legendary French fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent was born in Algeria. Due to the predilection of Algerian men for puffy women in the country in the past, there were special houses for fattening girls of marriageable age. The metro in Algeria, opened in 2011, was built by specialists from Russia and Ukraine. The Algerian military is officially prohibited from creating families with citizens of other countries. The front license plates on Algerian cars are white, and the rear ones are yellow. Algiers does not have a single McDonald's chain. There are no bakeries in Algeria. Buns and baguettes are baked by store employees. Yes, every bread shop has its own bakery. Algerians' favorite sport is football. In the 16th century, Algeria was ruled by the famous pirate Raj Barbarossa. Algeria became the first country in the Arab world where women can work as taxi drivers and bus drivers. There are 7 architectural monuments of world importance in Algiers. The most important object of cultural heritage are the ruins of the ancient city of Tipasa. Despite the hot climate, snow falls in some regions of Algeria during the winter months. Soviet soldiers cleared mines in Algeria after the French occupation was lifted. This task cost the lives of 25 servicemen. There is an association of Russian women in Algeria. The law allows Algerians to legally exchange only $300 a year for local currency. The coastline of Algeria is the longest among the states of the Maghreb. Its length is 988 kilometers. In Algeria, it is not customary to give gifts to the birthday man. Instead, guests pay for a festive feast. Good practice, right? Formally, Algerians are allowed to have up to 4 wives, but the vast majority of local residents are limited to 1 spouse. Earthquakes are quite common in Algeria, which is why high-rise buildings usually do not have elevators. Algerians are very disciplined and careful drivers, since the slightest violation of traffic rules threatens with deprivation of rights for up to 3 months. Traffic lights are rarely seen on Algerian streets. They are replaced by traffic controllers on duty at busy intersections. Milk and dates are always prepared for guests in Algeria.